We went to a place called Wismar. They had a big Condor factory there, and that was our job to attack this factory. We specified that it was the factory we had to bomb. There was still, we must remember, there was no Pathfinders then, and we went in and I think we made a direct hit to it, but unfortunately, two of our aircraft that was with us were shot down over Wismar, so it was unfortunate. And from Wismar, that was on September, 23rd of September. And the thing was, with Bomber Command, life was expendable. They didn't care what the losses were. They just sent us out. Well, strangely enough, this Wismar was a 720-hour trip. So we went there on the 23rd and 9th, and we had a little rest. And then on the 1st of the 10th, we went back to Wismar again. They said you go back and make sure it's flattened, which we did do. And then the following night, believe it or not, we'd already done a 720-hour trip. The following night, we went to Essen. And on the way to Essen, two of the engines on the starboard side shut off. So the flight engineer changed the petrol tanks over to the outer tanks, and immediately the two engines on the starboard side packed up. So he changed the petrol tanks over to the outer tanks, and we're still flying. Then all of a sudden the four engines just cut, just like that, and we just fell like that. Lucky enough, the flight engineer was right on top of it all, and they managed to change the tanks over to the right, the wingtip tanks, and the four engines started off. And we couldn't go to Essen because we didn't have enough fuel. We couldn't use all the tanks, so we turned back, and we just managed to land at Wellington before the whole bloody four engines packed up through lack of fuel. So that's how lucky I was. But what it was, in the petrol tanks, they had what they called the immersion pumps, electric immersion pumps. And what was happening, they was packing up on all the aircraft. So what they done, they changed the immersion pumps to gravity fuel. So there was no pump there, the petrol was just dropped in gravity, and it solved the problem. But before that, we lost a lot of aircraft through these petrol pumps packing up. And then we went to. I think we went on. Yeah, we must have gone on leave because. We had NFT. We'd never done anything, and then we on the 15th of the 10th in October, we went to Cologne, and I always remember Cologne because the thing that always struck me in Cologne was the cathedral, the huge cathedral. And every time we went there, we see that cathedral. It never got bombed. The whole of Cologne got flattened, apart from the cathedral. That was damaged, but not too bad. But I don't think it's food that we was going to miss the cathedral. It was just sheer luck that we did miss it. But we did hammer Cologne. It really took a terrible hiding. That was on the 15th of the 10th, 42. October.
Did you hear? Sorry.
Yeah. Go on.
Did you hear about what did you think of the 1,000 bomber raid on Cologne?
That was just before we started. It was, actually speaking, all it was a propaganda raid. They got every single aircraft, all from OTU, and that's where the losses were. They lost more bombers from the operational training units on Wellingtons than what they did the main bomber force. They got every aircraft they could fly to make up the 1,000. It was only a propaganda rush anyway, because we'd done much more damage with about 200 or 300 Lancs than what that 1,000 bomber raid made. And most of the losses were with OTUs. the inexperienced crews training, and it was only a propaganda raid, I think. They wanted he'd just come to office, hadn't he, Harris, and that was his first big raid. And you've got every bomber from OTU, conversion units, and anyway you could find a bomber, and that's how he made up his total. But the big bombing raid started really when the Pathfinders moved in, because what we was doing then, we was bombing not the target, we was bombing the flare, and if those flares were accurate, the whole town got wiped out, which happened quite often at Hamburg, Dresden, Essen. The towns were open. Once they got the Pathfinders right, perfect, all those towns were completely open. And I personally think, this country would never stood to the bombing like the Germans did. When you think 500-600 Lancasters, each carrying one 4,000 pounder and 1,400 incendiaries, and going over the target and out again within 15 minutes. Can you imagine the hell that must have been there? There you are, that was war.